The silence in the Hall of Ascendants was heavier than any weapon. Aurelian warriors filled the vast chamber, their obsidian armor catching the violet glow of the crystalline ceiling. Every one of them stood like a living blade, proud, scarred, unstoppable. At the center of it all stood 6 humans dressed in formal military attire, facing an empire that measured worth only in conquest. Captain Ethan Cole had faced enemy fleets without fear. This moment terrified him. 6 months earlier, the Aurelian Imperium had been moments from annihilation. Their fleet was trapped inside the Ashen Veil, a radiation storm no Aurelian ship could navigate. The enemy knew Aurelian doctrine too well. Same formations, same responses, same failures. Ethan had suggested something unthinkable. "Let the storm hide us," he'd said. "Break formation, attack from chaos." Humans didn't win by tradition, they won by adaptation. The maneuver shattered the ambush. The Imperium survived. Now Emperor Kadros sat upon his elevated throne, silver skin marked with centuries of war. His gaze swept the humans like a judgment blade. "For saving our empire," Kadros declared, his voice echoing through the chamber. "You may claim any reward within our power. Speak, and it shall be granted." One by one the humans stepped forward, a warship, a noble estate, advanced weaponry, command authority. Each request was met with cheers. Then Ethan stepped forward. Beside the emperor stood his daughters, Aurelian princesses clad in ceremonial armor, radiating lethal grace, all except one. In the shadows stood Princess Selene Valor. She wore no armor, only a simple indigo gown, smaller than her sisters, quiet, forgotten. As Ethan approached the dais, a worn book slipped slightly from his uniform pocket. Selene noticed. Her breath caught. For the briefest moment, so quick no one else saw, her eyes lit up with something dangerously rare in Aurelian halls. Joy. Ethan saw it, and in that instant he knew. "I choose Princess Selene Valor," he said clearly. "I ask for her hand in marriage." The galaxy seemed to stop breathing. Outrage erupted. Aurelian warriors shouted. Human diplomats froze. One of the princesses reached instinctively for her weapon. "You mock us," snarled Princess Varaxis, the eldest. "You choose our weakest." Emperor Kadros raised a hand. Silence fell. "You understand what you ask?" he said coldly. "She has no battlefield honors, no victories, no value by our traditions." Ethan met Selene's eyes. She was trembling, waiting for laughter, for humiliation, for the cruel reveal. "I understand," Ethan said. "She is exactly who I choose." Kadros turned his gaze to the forgotten daughter. "Do you accept?" Selene swallowed. If it pleases you, father." "It is done," the emperor declared, and just like that the invisible princess was claimed. Guards escorted them to a private chamber. When the doors finally sealed shut, silence filled the space between them. Ethan spoke first. "Have you read Homer?" Selene froze. Slowly he pulled the book from his jacket, the Odyssey battered and loved. Tears welled in her eyes. "Yes," she whispered. 7 times. "Then you already know why I chose you," Ethan said gently. "I chose you because when everyone else was trying to be seen, you were seeing." Selene broke. No one had ever said that to her. Selene had failed her first combat trial at 10 years old. The instructors marked her file. No killer instinct. Unsuitable. From that day on, she vanished, living in archives while her sisters trained for war. In those archives, she discovered humanity, their art, their philosophy, their stories. She learned Terran languages in secret, read Shakespeare aloud in empty halls, studied Earth history until dawn. While Aurelian warriors sharpened blades, Selene sharpened understanding. No one noticed until Ethan did. The journey to Earth aboard the USS Resolute changed everything. Humans didn't treat Selene like a burden. They treated her like a person. They asked questions, listened, laughed with her. For the first time, Selene felt something dangerous, pride. And with Ethan, quiet conversations turned into shared silence. Shared silence turned into trust, and trust became love. Earth overwhelmed her. Libraries larger than palaces, music that made her cry. Cities built from chaos and beauty intertwined. She belonged. Then the message arrived. The Imperium was furious. Her marriage threatened tradition. War factions demanded her return. The alliance hung by a thread. Selene offered to leave. "I won't be the reason for war," she said softly. Ethan refused. "I didn't choose you by accident," he said, "and I won't abandon you because others are afraid of change." They returned to the Aurelian Grand Conclave together. War Master Korath accused Selene publicly. "She is weakness given flesh." Ethan stepped forward. "No," he said calmly. "She is your greatest unused strength." He spoke of diversity, of adaptability, of wars won not by force, but by understanding. Then Selene stood. "I speak 17 languages," she said, voice steady. "I understand 40 cultures. I predicted 3 enemy strategies you failed to see." The chamber stirred. Princess Varaxis stepped forward. "I was wrong," she admitted. "She sees what we never bothered to look for." Emperor Kadros finally rose. "I mistook strength for violence," he said slowly, "and ignored wisdom." He turned to Selene. "You will serve as Cultural Integration Director. Your marriage stands." The forgotten princess had become indispensable. Later, beneath the twin suns of Valor Prime, Selene stood beside Ethan. "I was invisible once," she said softly. "You were never invisible," he replied. "They just never learned how to look." She smiled. The empire had changed, because one human soldier saw value where an empire saw none. Sometimes humanity doesn't conquer empires. Sometimes it teaches them how to see.